Jack Dorsey and his peers at Twitter before Elon bought it created this checkmark system that let us verify who we were. Elon Musk, when he bought it, started charging for that ability. And Nostr is a decentralized social network that lets us create identities that we can then move with us from competing social network to competing social network.
How is it different from Blue Sky? Because I've been intrigued by Jack Dorsey investing in essentially what seem to be competitors to the company he started, Twitter.
Definitely. Very interesting. So functionally, I think it's actually very similar. They both move the identity component of the social network into something that's called a protocol, which is basically software that anybody can use. And what that does is, instead of having social networks compete over who has the biggest network, it gives everybody the same playing field and lets them compete over who has the best algorithm, who has the best user interface, who has the coolest design, other features other than
and
who
buyers
has the biggest social network.
They can take their assets with them to another, basically.
Assets, interestingly, including their followers themselves, which is really counterintuitive at first, because you would think that you would have to get all of your followers to agree to move with you. But by moving that identity layer into the software, by moving it a step closer to the internet itself, hence Jack's choice of words there, you actually do allow a user to leave a network to another network and literally take their followers with them without those followers having to leave their network.
So let me get back a little bit to the code to end the Morse code. So you're a man of letters yourself. I know you're off to yet another academic pursuit later in the year. Is this typical, or, were you even surprised by the response, Morse code or not? Was it what you'd expect him to say?
I never expected it. I have never received an encoded response. I've received encrypted responses, but I've never received a response to an interview question in code. It was pretty easy to tell right away this was ... I could tell it was a code.
There's an app for that.
I suspected it was Morse code. I certainly just typed in Google Morse code translator.
And you responded
dropped it in there.
Sanskrit. What did you respond?
I responded in Morse code, and I asked him, because I was excited, I had gotten a response, if he would be interested in doing an entire interview in Morse code. I've been trying to get him to do interviews for months and no luck. So I asked him if he would do an entire interview in code. And he responded to that as well, also in Morse code, all one word, an interview about what?
Oh, okay. Well, that's hopeful.
And so I was even more excited. Maybe he would respond. So I went and I typed out basically a proposal for what I'd like to talk to him about, and I translated it into Sanskrit.
Oh, okay.
And I responded in Sanskrit with a proposal for what we could talk about. Now, I'm not 100% positive about this, but I do believe that's the end of the conversation, because Jack has not responded since.
Oh, well, maybe I think back to Morse code you go. Michael Del Castillo, thank you, and good luck with your future code breaking. And
thank
Jack
you so
Dorsey,
much.
Come on, Sanskrit, not that hard.
It was maybe the shortest interview I've done, but it was also really fun.
I bet. Thanks.
Thank you.